Test, test, test. Now, look, there's no need for an introduction because y'all already know what's going on. It's your favorite audio host, Miss Arthur Sherry, and I'm back with another insightful topic. Today's date marks December 17th, 2025. It is approximately 2 p.m. my time, but happy lunch hour to you all. Not be trying to get through those work shifts without lunch. Sometimes I go all day and I just don't have an appetite till like later in the evening. But everybody ain't built like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta eat. When you're hungry, you be in a mood that don't even have anything to do with other people. But yeah, this is the You Will Make It TV channel for those that might be new viewers, listeners, and supporters. We're happy to have you. You're invited and welcome and encouraged to hit that subscribe bell. This way you receive notifications of new content when we post it, okay? Shout out to Nick and the SpongeBob family. If we don't make it to see the SpongeBob movie tomorrow, we're hoping to get to see it at some point during the Christmas break because You Will Make It TV. Oh my God, we were around when SpongeBob first came out. You know, It's just crazy. If y'all ain't SpongeBob fans, you wouldn't understand. And see, because we were the babies when this particular animation was first produced and released and everything. We were babies. You know what I'm saying? So SpongeBob, we love you. Some of us, we was kids when they first came out, so we will be there to support the new movie. I was just trying to tell y'all, if you are Metro customers, you know how they have the Metro app. I think this applies to T-Mobile, AT&T. It's a few other phone companies where they have this app where if you're a customer, you go there and they have deals and coupons and discounts. Maybe people don't pay attention to that, but most phone companies offer sideline perks like free subscriptions or three. I wouldn't say the subscriptions are free, but it might be like 3 months free or 1 month free. If you pay attention, you might get a free Hulu subscription just because you're an AT&T customer and stuff like that. But I don't know why people don't pay attention to that stuff, but I do. Anytime I see free subscription, 9 times out of 10, I go ahead and accept it because it's just usually free temporarily. And then if you don't like the service into the next month, if it's not something that you want to keep, you have the right to like pretty much deprogram, tell the people you don't want the subscription. But yeah, they're doing $5 movie tickets. I think it's one per customer. So no, you and your whole family is not going to get in the movies for $5 to go see SpongeBob. Do not quote me wrong. What I'm saying is they're offering one $5 ticket if you are a Metro customer. So I don't know if we're going to AMC, which movie theater, but bro, I've been with SpongeBob and the crew since the beginning. We have to see this movie. The other SpongeBob movie they put out there though, y'all remember the other movie, the first one they did? I think we went to see that one too back then. That's the one where they was like all blowing, all bubble blowing babies must be beaten senseless, blah blah blah. If you're not a SpongeBob fan, you wouldn't understand. You feel me? And I am in my later 30s now, and I still love SpongeBob. It is what it is. Happy Wednesday to you guys. You know what that means. Hump Day means we've made it halfway through the week, and it's another reason to be grateful, thankful, and just appreciative, right? Even if it's not the holidays, but we've made it halfway through, so you're gonna be all right through. I just do the best I can to document my weeks because you just be thinking, oh, another week. And you just be grateful God letting you see another day. But who knows what somebody's doing on the sideline to make your week miserable. But that's okay. I encourage more of you guys. They're called like diaries or journals. Just journal your experiences. What's stupid to me is the devil be out here using people not knowing that some of us do that. Like they already have a diary or a journal experience, right? I done had diaries. I didn't even mean to go here with the topic, but I've had diaries that got me in trouble, honestly. And when people try to come at me about a diary they found or a journal that I was writing in, if you don't like something you read in there, you shouldn't went in my diary. Because guess what? It's called a diary for a reason. You can invade all the other privacy that people have, but diaries was that's the point. Everybody knows that. That's the point of the diary for you to write your secret thoughts and memories and experiences. But we knew people was nosy years ago. Like if you can't have a diary sitting around and people don't respect that, of course they want to peep into it. Who diary is this? Oh, don't let it be mine. Oh yeah, we've been wondering what'd be on her mind anyway. Oh Lord. You feel me? But yeah, some of us do document our lives. Like we like to document. I had a dream last night. I can't even remember, to be honest with y'all. And I absolutely hate when it happens because it be like the memory sticks to you. You definitely remember you had a dream. The memory don't go no goddamn where. But the actual dream, why wouldn't you vividly remember? Why wouldn't you remember? You're the one had the dream. Boy, I can't stand when it happened. But what I do is document the nights that it does happen. Because you just never know what people doing out here. Like, why wouldn't I remember my dreams all my life? When I wake up, if I had a dream, I remember it. So I'm gonna definitely be paying attention if suddenly you just can't remember your dreams. Get out of here, Satan. So, anyways, my topic today is about how we have big changes to look forward to going into 2026. Everybody. And I'm not gonna touch on everything, but it's so crazy. I just fell asleep listening to one Trump news story after another one because sometimes I just binge watch BBC News or different news stories. You know what I'm saying? News story channels. I'll just let them play, and Trump, he's been very, very busy because I fell asleep listening to it. He's been very busy. We got some big changes to look forward to going into 2026. What inspired this topic is somebody shared a TikTok story. The lady had a $50,000 car, but she was one of those on there talking about she's upset that they're cutting off EBT. And I'm just so tired of seeing it, bro. Like, I wouldn't know how much your car costs, would you? See, they come on TikTok telling you how much. They can't wait to show you their luxurious lives. This is still happening on social media. Social media is popular because it's a place where people feel more in control of their image. Before social media, you couldn't do all that. You know what I'm saying? You had to be real, raw, and authentic. People knew who you were. There was no way for you to control your image. You either had influence or you didn't. The people loved you or they didn't. People gossip about you or they didn't. You feel me? And we've all been through it. But I'm just saying how social media made people feel like, okay, I can make myself look like I got a nice car. I can make myself look like this or that. All I got to do is use a filter. Oh, we got so much to talk about. Because I don't know why. Y'all know how some things be just recommended, like it just pops up on your channel. And it's this specific short that keeps popping up on mine. And I feel so bad for the man in this video. Because turns out, I don't know why this video makes me laugh so hard, y'all. But turns out, he's on a date. He never shows his face, but he got the camera pointed towards the lady. And he was just upset. And I just think the video funny, but it's sad at the same time. And it keeps popping up on my recommended, so I'm gonna speak on it. So this lady apparently puts up pretty much he was catfish. Like he was very disappointed at how she looked when she actually got to the date. He was like, wait a minute, and I like the video because he actually records himself confronting the catfisher. Like how many people really do that? They might just tell you they was catfish, and most people don't want to talk about it when it happened to them. But let's keep going. So he puts her on blast. He like, man, you do not look anything like the lady I was talking to on the internet. And it's so funny because I had asked myself, like, How many men been going through this? One man, he whole flew the lady out and she was stuck at the airport because when he got to the airport, man is not finna keep playing with y'all catfish. That in 2026, please get rid of that scam, bro. Because y'all starting to make people mad with that. Not that I've been through it. I honestly do not believe. I mean, I probably been scammed. I'm not saying I ain't never been scammed, but I ain't been through that a catfish scam because I'll be mad as hell. Like, why are you lying about how you look? Why are you lying about who you are just to get close to me? So people are not playing with y'all with it. So let this be your warning. Look at it as a prophetic warning. And this is globally. I'm speaking globally. Don't let these social media dating apps get y'all head twisted. You see, nobody likes their time being played with, their money. So yeah, what I was saying is this one guy, he left the lady right there at the airport because he was like, when he it didn't take him 5 seconds. He seen the lady face, she had her suitcases and everything, smiling like she finna get in his car. So, she go live talking about, oh my God, he flew me out, but he's scamming me because he left me at the airport. No, ma'am. A man got a right to leave you somewhere if you don't look like what you look like where he met you on the social media platform. I would leave you too, you know. And that it's just stupid that people still think that kind of stuff is funny. Like, okay, he flew you out, but that don't mean he can't leave you at the airport too when he see that you're not even the real person that he expected to see. It's like, why do people even play that game? It's like you playing on the intelligence of men or their hunger, because really they do have a right to date and meet people on the internet if they want to. You just got to be careful. And now it ain't even just being careful if you're safe, it's being careful if you're going to be manipulated. Like, come on, bro. You don't look nothing like the person on the profile. And they just supposed to still take you to their whole house, to their Airbnb, or take you out on a date. And you don't look nothing like. So she tried to tell the man, oh, that was a picture from 20 years ago. Why would you have a picture from 20 years ago as your profile picture? Why not put an updated picture? So you know what you're doing. They just be out here scamming people. I just said I'm one of those that hope in 2026 that scam needs to go in the trash. I'm warning people, ain't nothing good gonna come out of it. You wouldn't call that a crime of passion, would you? A person getting mad, snapping. I heard it's actually going on in the LGBTQ communities too. Like, you know what I'm saying, where the person try to wait to way later after the person then got comfortable with them and everything, and then try to reveal like, yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you, I'm a transgender. Like, why do y'all play with people's emotions like that? Other than that, this stream is not about that. I was just saying, I hope that's one of those things that y'all leave in the past. Do not bring that in 2026. People are struggling. They don't have time to be out here getting catfish on dating apps and internet scams. Another scam, while we're on the topic, see, some of this y'all just made obvious as hell. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe how many people they thought I was gonna be first in line advocating, like, no, turn the stamps up back on for everybody. No, I actually see their point. Y'all riding around here in $50,000 cars, then pulling up at Aldi, Winco, Kroger, Walmart with food stamp cards. You pulling up in that same luxury car because y'all know how they got pickup services now. You can order your groceries and then they put them in your trunk. And I know some of them Walmart people be confused putting people groceries in the trunk. They like, damn, this car look like it costs at least $50,000. But here you are. See, certain cars, you shouldn't even be shopping at the same places. Like, for example, at certain retailers I worked at, it wasn't uncommon to see nice cars pull through the place. As a matter of fact, some of the cars used to pull through there was nicer than mine. And I actually worked there at the bookstore, but it was a bookstore. So it tells you that people who come to that store read, they enjoy books, they enjoy being feeling intellectual and everything. And yes, their cars were nice. You didn't really, uh, I mean, like I said, that's like a place you would expect to see nice cars all the time. I don't care. You can go to any impoverished, low income community you want to. You still gonna see a cyber Tesla truck, a Bentley, a Benz, a Charger. You're gonna see these type of cars right there in the hood. And we all supposed to believe that everybody just worked hard for it. You know what I'm saying? And this just been going on. It's been going on for too long. Cause here's the thing. When you fill out a food stamp application, bro, they ask about your assets. ASSETS. And it's sad if it's to the point where the IRS literally gotta follow people around, like watch them throughout the whole year. That way the next year they're more prepared when a person prepares their tax return and they can know whether a person lying. I'm just trying to tell people what it looks like the days we're already living in. Y'all got the IRS out here literally studying and watching people because they don't believe shit that y'all are putting on those tax returns. How you riding around in a $50,000 car? You getting all this cloud and women and men and going to living this luxury life all over social media, right? You done went to the Bahamas 3 times this year, and I know some of y'all have. Cause like I say, they can't even go on vacation no more without everything just seems to be done for clout. You know what I'm saying? Vacation, you used to just go on vacation. You take pictures while you're there before social media existed. And that was the only souvenirs you had that you went on vacation. Nowadays, people gotta jump on Instagram and everything else soon as they on a vacation, right? But they're confused about why the IRS is watching them. You feel me? I was just a little confused that the IRS even watching people. They watching some of us that ain't never been on a trip vacation to a third world country in our lives. So I would say you're watching the wrong ones. You know, not that the IRS wants get cares if you go on vacation, but they do care if you seem to always be on vacations. Like, bro, they're not stupid. You always on a vacation, a beach resort somewhere. But the following year, you're reporting that you only made $10,000 for the year. You carrying 4 or 5 dependents. Like y'all got to stop this. All year you had, you were laced up from the head to toe, nails, hair done, all over social media, right? The whole time, these are the people behind the scenes still receive EBT, bro. Nobody judged it during the pandemic because regardless of what your status was, you might have needed EBT during the pandemic. They even gave out extra benefits. But I don't know. I'm starting to think that Trump is a very smart man. Because, see, if you give out a bunch of extra benefits and people sit there and apply for them, talking about they needed the benefits, but they've been on 3 vacations through the year. They got 3 cars worth $100,000 put all together. Come on, bro. Y'all know that makes no sense. Yeah, like right now, the IRS have no idea. Well, one thing about it, I don't know if the IRS is paying attention to that. You know what I saw? Viral videos of people that work in retailers. I don't know if they supposed to be doing this or not, but they might pull out their camera and record something that's going on at work. So you've been seeing retailers at places, I mean, employees at places like Walmart, Target, oh, even warehouses. But they're sharing clips of how full the stores are. Like we all know, usually during this time of year, I wouldn't say the stores are empty, but yeah, they're more busy restocking because of how quick everybody's buying everything. And I don't know what's going on, but these retailers are saying less people are coming in there spending a bunch of money for Christmas. And honestly, I don't blame people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you start to look at what's really going on and how many other sudden changes that people didn't expect to happen, like earlier this year when SNAP benefit rules were changing, SNAP benefit requirements were changing. Uh, Nobody expected that. Nobody expected the National Guard to be deployed to Washington, D.C. or Chicago or New York. And no, just think about what I'm saying. All the things that transpired in 2025. If you ask me, nobody was prepared for it. Like, of course, you knew you had a new president and things might change a little bit, but no, not only did things change and the big beautiful bill went into effect, like these were unexpected changes. You know what I'm saying? You got to tell the whole story. But to me, all the unexpected changes that unfolded within law and government in 2025, absolutely nobody was prepared for. So if anything is scary, that's scary. And now it seems like the people are waking up a little bit. They like, no, let us hold on to our little pennies and dimes this Christmas, because who knows what we have to look forward to at the end of December and the beginning of the new year. Every time you turn around, something is suddenly changing again. So now people are more in the mindset of just wanting to be more prepared. Uh, Somebody else channel I was watching the other day, her topic was about the school shootings, and I was like, I'm so glad somebody's talking about this, because like it just didn't feel right surviving in a society that's not talking about this. So I really want to Google it real quick, like how many schools just in 2025 were attacked the same way. You got buses, UPS, Amazon vans, anybody, all kind of forms of transportation call themselves stalking people, but it's really not the companies, it's these untrustworthy employees, right? For example, I saw another clip of a DoorDash employee. These people had a door cam. They had a door cam, y'all, and they caught the lady spraying pepper spray on their food, a complete stranger. Y'all ain't seen that viral clip? Go check it out. It's like real raw footage. Okay? Now let me tell y'all how they ended up checking the camera, because who checks their camera? Who rewinds the footage just to see what happened with their food, right? Most people don't do that, but it's smart and it's recommended that people start checking it. Um, because just like they make Uber drivers and a lot of these Lyft drivers have cameras in the cars now. I think it's actually required, like it's a new law, they gotta have cameras in the car. They need the same thing with these food driver apps. Cause like how do you know they not in a car doing something to people food? You feel me? I mean, I didn't even see myself going this deep in the topic, but I'm asking y'all, how do you know somebody not doing them to your food? Like if you have a door cam, you can check it. Hell, people done check their door cams, call Amazon workers just throwing their packages at the door, just pretty much throwing them. You got good workers. We know it's not every worker. That's what I'm saying. And why am I bringing this up? I believe that these companies are going to get tired of certain employees making their whole business look crazy, because your business starts to look crazy when you look like you're not doing anything about it. You're not firing these people. You don't see public prosecutions about what these people are doing. So it make your whole company look bad if you got random employees in your company doing things to actually sabotage and hurt other people. How do you think you're making that whole company look? And I have never seen a time. I mean, what's going on with companies? Are they this desperate? Because you know what's coming anyway. If you sit there and just try to turn a blind eye to what somebody who worked for you has been doing to people, how does that make your business look? Literally, ask yourself that. That's why there's already news reports of even SNAP benefit caseworkers. They're not exempt. Some of them have been caught stealing SNAP benefits from people. This was in the news just this past summer. For those that didn't know, just this past summer, they was releasing footage like catching caseworkers at the store with 2 and 3 baskets of groceries, right? Not saying that a caseworker might not need food stamps themselves, but I've never been a caseworker. I've worked at a food stamp office, and even while I worked there, it was because I had just started. Like I still received benefits because I wasn't making but like $14 an hour. Uh, that's another story. But I had the opportunity to receive more pay. Of course, the longer you stay there, you have opportunity for promotion or higher pay. But the the position I had started with was just $14 an hour. So that's another thing y'all got to remember. Just because a person works for a certain company, you can't just automatically assume that they make all the money in the world. Every company has different positions in that company, and every position is going to have a different pay, a different pay rate. You feel me? So, what part was I on? That's the thing. You can't just look at where somebody work and low key be caught. That's where a lot of people just look stupid at. You know what I'm saying? They're stuck in the old day. Like, oh, this person works here. I don't think they should be getting food stamps. It's like, number one, how the hell are you even aware? I know you're a taxpayer, but that doesn't give you a right to invade somebody's privacy just to find out if they get food stamps or not. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. Plus, trust me, they have their own investigators reserved to look off into that type of stuff when reports are made. They never ask the streets to get in on what they think should be done, but that's why you see stuff so messy. It's sad when the president got to sit there and cut the benefits off for a few months just to see what's going on. That's all it is, Mr. Trump. You got to, I wouldn't even say it's jealousy or envy, but people do be moving out of spite. They're mad because you get food stamps and they don't. Because I've heard people with who make good money say that food is expensive. Kind of, who was that? Tom Cruise? He had went to Walmart. This was like 3, 4 summers ago, but I remember seeing it on the internet. And he had recorded a video. He was just like, "Look, I'm Tom Cruise, and I even think food is high." He was just at that time saying that some of the items in Walmart he couldn't believe what the prices had went to. So maybe people thought he was making a joke. He wasn't making no joke. And you know it's bad when a celebrity says, "Oh my God, all I came out the store with is 4 bags. How did I spend $500?" That's how it is. 4 bags of food, 4 brown paper sacks of food. Back in the 70s, you could come home with 4 bags of food. I'm not saying I know this for sure because I wasn't around in the 70s, but my research and calculations show me they could bring home 4 bags of food back then and in paper sacks. You didn't spend nothing but $30 and you got a week worth of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But it ain't like that no more. You feel me? So don't get me wrong. I do understand that food is expensive for everybody, no matter what money class you're in at this point. So this is what it does to people. They begin to lurk and wonder, well, who all getting help with food? And don't let them find out you get food stamps. Now they want to know what kind of food you buy. How do you say that you know, the luxury of privacy is being replaced with AI without saying it? They bring up all these theories and points literally to validate being nosy, like being in people's personal space and stuff. That's why I actually hope they do not ease up. I'm not trying to be funny with people like Erica Kirk right now. Maybe some of y'all don't know about like some of the accusations that are circulating and surrounding her name, which is unfortunate right after you lose a loved one. That's not a good time that you probably want to hear people talk about you. You feel me? They're saying good things about Charlie Kirk, but the things that, like sis, Erica Kirk is a good example. Look how people are still watching her right now, bro. If she think that life was just gonna go on and she's finna carry on after her husband dies, she's crazy too. That's just not the realistic society we live in today. No, ma'am. People gonna be watching you like a hawk at least for the next 5 years. When the person you were married to had that much influence, that much power, that much of a following, No, they don't just die and you carry on and nobody's paying attention to what you're doing and you was that close to the person. No, that's not how that works. Because people were noticing how she look, I mean, everything. How you hugging other men, if you seem to be more or less sociable, because I'm not saying there's a wrong and a right way to grieve, but people do study that. They're studying, they feel like watching your life, body language, body movements, relationships, interactions tells them a lot right after somebody just died. See, they do so well not to accuse her of that, but there are people accusing her of this. They do so well with the planning of somebody's demise, with the planning of the breakdown of somebody's mental state, with the planning. They do so well with this, don't they? But it's like they don't plan for the after effect. If you know that you did something dirty to get somebody taken out of here, bro, why would you think, depending on how close you were to the person that got took out of here? Because let's remember, Charlie Kirk was whole assassinated. It wasn't like he just died of pneumonia or, and that's what's crazy. With every death, there's something called cause of death on a piece of paper that they have to write at the hospital. And that's what they don't think about. Because depending on what they cause of death say, they are watching everything that surrounded you before you died. They're going to be watching them for a minute. Just to maybe make sure that there's no foul play or nothing like that involved. But yeah, like they just said she's been kind of moving funny. Like she moves funny. People don't trust her. They feel like she has something to do with her husband's assassination. So that's just another story that I am following, just like a lot of people are, because that's strange, man. People saying you look like you getting more cuddly with the other guy, Vance or whoever. I think what God is exposing in a nutshell, the money, status, and class you're in never matter. Like now, we're just seeing who people really are, right? And some of them, they despise, they hate seeing people get food stamps. They don't care if you need it. But I know if you riding around in a $50,000 car, you probably don't need them. The car itself is 50,000. So imagine how much the car note is, how much it is to finance it, on top of the insurance, on top of the gas you got to put in there, and maintenance. Okay. Now that's just a person's vehicle, but this is how some of these people been out here living. I've had a few little classic luxury cars, and I don't know what people thought they were being funny about because a classic car you can find on OfferUp or all these apps they have, Carvana, whatever it's called, all these different car hop, I forgot about them. It's just a lot of ways that you can finance a much cheaper car and it can still be nice, like a classic luxury. Just because the car is older doesn't mean it costs you a bunch of money. I couldn't ride around in a Jaguar, classic BMW, even then, without a person thinking I had some money. No, what that displayed was my taste. Cause yeah, anybody can go get a 2004 BMW or you go get a 2025 BMW. Which one you want? You get you a 2010 BMW. What do you need? How does your finances look? But an older car is not finna cost you no bunch of money. And it just showed how stupid people were back then. Like, just because somebody riding around in a classic luxury car do not mean they have a bunch of money, bro. So, anyways, a person like that with an older car note like mine back then wasn't but like $85 a week. And yes, when you back to what I was saying, when you first fill out a food stamp application, bro, y'all don't, it's like y'all be missing that part that ask about your assets. They don't care if it's a car that you're financing, but they would like to know about it. This gives us a better breakdown of your income versus your cost of living. They want to know how much you pay for your lights. Do you have a phone bill? Do you care for dependents? And then they also ask about assets. Assets. Do you have a bank account? I guess people be checking no, but they be lying. You see? Do you pay rent? Or do you hold a lease? See, actually, the more information you give them, the more help you might get. So, seriously, because if they end up calculating everything and it seems like you make more, I mean, you make less than what you actually need to provide for your household, that's where they try to supplement that. How much you're going to get with based on the information that you told them. Once again, you can see somebody with a $50,000 car uh who gets food stamps, but the thing is they could have got the car after they had the benefits, which technically you're supposed to report assets. You still are. Let's say you get benefits at the time you got them turned on, your EBT card turned on, you didn't have a $50,000 car. It just doesn't seem smart to go get a $50,000 car just like, oh, I'm gonna go celebrate. I got food stamps. So I'm gonna go give me a 50. I'm gonna go put a down payment on a $50,000 car. It's crazy. Oh, you ready for some strawberries? What are you sorry for? Oh my coffee. I got my coffee right here. Here, put them in the baggie. Hold on. But yeah, on the application, it's gonna ask you all about your assets, who you gotta take care of, how you provide for them. And that's where I always thought that scammers have gone crazy at too, because they'll just say they care for somebody just so they can get the, you know what? I'm not trying to act better than anybody. It just gets out of control once people try to start saying who they feel like deserve help and who don't. Cause that's all I see going on. I had never seen a generation so concerned about, which I don't think it's the young people. That's another thing. But I never seen a time where people so concerned about how you survive. Call that person and ask them how they're surviving. Hell, they might use coupons every month. You know, coupon people are very real. Or they don't buy anything unless it's on clearance or on sale. You think they shop a lot, but the whole time they getting deals 40% up, 40% plus and up. They don't even spend a dollar unless it's a deal type of deal. Some see everybody's spending habits are different. You can't just look at a person's hand, see them with some bags, and swear you know how much money they getting because they walked out of Macy's. Macy's is another place that has clearance racks all the time. What does clearance mean? You're getting it for a way cheaper price than the original price. Period. So yeah, you can go to Macy's, other places.